Hello, Katherine.
Hi.
Thank you so much for driving all the way
Of course.
to come and see me. And it's so nice to have my first in-person interview. And let me tell the audience, I had worked with Katherine on her application for a few schools, and she got into Anderson with the 120K scholarship, and now she's going to graduate next month. I was here for AIGAC conference at Haas, Stanford, and the last day of conference was at UCLA Anderson. I messaged her, if you are around, you can come say hello to me. And she came to see me. And now we are 1 hour away. We are in a hotel that is 1 hour away from Anderson, and she was kind enough to drive for 1 hour to come
Yeah,
and
of
see
course.
me. So that is so kind of her. And now we are having a conversation about her Anderson experience. So let's get started.
Sure.
So, first of all, congratulations on now you're going to be Anderson graduate
Yeah.
in a month. Congratulations on that. And I'm so curious to know all about your Anderson experience, and that
Uh-huh.
too in person, not on Zoom call.
Okay, yeah.
So that's great. So first of all, let's start with your introduction. Those of
Okay.
you who have not seen your first interview with me,
Sure.
could you please introduce yourself to
Sure.
our audience?
Okay. Hi, I'm Catherine, and I originally come from China. Before come to the US, I spent around 18 to 20 years in China, and I did my bachelor and master program in the US, one in Temple University and another one in University of California, Davis, and that is both business related major. After graduate, I went to Hong Kong to work at PwC for around 2.5 years. And within this journal, that is the point how I met with Bonham that I decided to apply for the MBA program, and I got Anderson, the full cover scholarship, and come here. And right now, I gonna graduate next month. During past summer, I did my intern at investment banking, and after graduate, I will join a startup, but still pretty much focus on the finance industry. And that's all for me right now.
Good. Thank you, Catherine. So can you tell me about your typical day at Anderson? What
Yeah,
do you do
sure.
whole day?
Of course. So I would say first year and second year is pretty much different.
Yeah.
And which one you prefer more? Are you?
First, I would like you to share your first year
Okay.
experiences. I have heard first from my students that first year is pretty challenging with all the adjustments that they have to make at a new environment, in a new country, and
Mhm.
all the pressures, academic pressures and recruiting pressures that they have to face. So how did you navigate those challenges, those pressures, and what do you advise incoming students to do?
Okay, so I'll keep both question like my typically in first year and how I overcome them. So first year basically the most important thing is to looking for the summer internship. And my almost the whole year I was focused on recruiting. And as the first year, we have a lot of mandatory class as the MBA program requirement. And so first of all, my day start around 6 a.m. because I need to drive. LA's traffic is so
Mm-hmm.
horrible. I need to drive like an hour to Anderson and to take my 8 a.m. class. That is like from 8 to 11, something like that. And after that, I can have the group discussion. But this is the ideal day. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
time, this time I will use 8 to 11 or 12 to do the coffee chats that I need to do for my recruiting because IB is like coffee chats is the thing that you can get the interview from the summer internship.
Yeah.
And my schedule is pretty depends on if I have coffee chat will be the most priority. If I don't have it, I'll go for class. And then that is lasting for the whole day. We have class from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. based on your selection. And normally I'll do coffee chat and some class group discussion. I'll try to join some networking events, but I'll say I don't join a lot of like Great China Association, this kind of events. The first year I joined is more focused on like financial association that
Got
is
it.
more on networking and relationships thing and trying to learn from the alumni and people's and normally at evening we will have some company come to campus to do the presentation. So you need to prepare your question for it. And actually we do line up for questions. It means like everyone there will be all of the time, there will be only one student's hands up for question at the same time. And we know who will ask the question, answer who. So if you are the people who get the speaker to us, who will be the speaker for us, you can only see like people hands up one by one by one. But actually we all check each other. That is how we show Anderson as the investment banking group to the bankers. And that really makes them feel us good, but it also creates a lot of pressure for us because you need to always remember your question and cross-check others. After all of the social events, it's probably like 9 p.m. And the most important thing is to writing the thank you note because investment banking's thank you note need to send within 24 hours in between business hour. So we will send the thank you note for every of the speaker and guests come to our event. And so we draft the email at night, probably together because we wanted to cross-check each other. We wanted to make sure like you write similar email, but you don't send to wrong person because send to wrong person, like if I send to you like, hi, Katherine, you will say,
wrong thing.
yeah, and that is a no. That means you're recruiting for this company, stop, no.
True.
And so we cross-check each other and that sets the time to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So it's like an automatic thing. And finish all of these things is probably like around 12. And pitch for investment banking, there's also technological question, like the 100 question. You need to go through a lot of reading material. You need to know the formula. So when you do the interview, besides the behavior, they will ask you like, what if this happened, like under this company's condition? What is the outcome for it? You need to have the reaction for it. So I always team with 2 or 3 of my friends that we practice this question like Q&A. I ask you, you ask me to check it. And also after all of this, it's already over 12, but the day is not stopped there yet because you also need to practice your behavior question like we did in the MBA.
Right.
And that is more like I look into the mirror and speak to myself. You need to say like how you perform like that is similar to the suggest you gave me before. And I will say thanks for my working experience. It's not that long, so I can have limits story to cover all. And so typically in the first year, a day starts 6 a.m. to 1 to 2 a.m.
That's a pretty long day. So you hardly get any time to have rest.
Yeah, but it do worth it, I will say so. And you also asked me like how I navigated and what is the advice for first year is like I'll say you need to pick up things you like, then you can have enough energy because everything is hard. And when you get into MBA, you will say Anderson is a good school. And the competitor to Anderson students is more like top MBA program. So everyone is pretty challenged to stand out from each other.
I would like to let me interrupt you for some time. You can have a sip of your coffee.
Yeah.
because I'm making you speak so much. So you need to take a break,
Thank you
a
for
coffee
it.
break.
Yeah, thank you for
So,
it. That's right.
so how did you were saying, how did you navigate
Uh,
those challenges?
okay. I'll say you need to select the things you really like it. I feel I'm passionate about it, and that is the thing why I can keep doing it. Although sometimes
Mhm.
for the coffee chat, sometimes you have the bad one. Probably the banker is under pressure or something. They just don't want to talk to you. It's
Mhm.
probably not pretty much focused on you, but it do makes you feel like pressure or things, and emotion is like up and down. Sometimes you hear your friends start to get something, but you didn't yet.
Yeah.
And I would say do the thing you have passionate with is the point that support me to go over all of the recruiting paths.
Thank you. What are your favorite moments at
Oh,
Anderson?
this has happened recently. It's just 2 weeks ago that we
Mhm.
have a capstone program that to do the final competition for the team that was being nominated by the professor to win the prize. It's like $9,000. I'll say I didn't win it. So I'm a little bit sad about I didn't get the scholar, but the experience still makes me feel like so proud of it. Our team's clients is an architecture firm, and they're trying to pitch to get more projects that they can work on. And it's like a middle, smaller size, but architecture firm in this industry is almost like pretty large. So they are a little bit hard to stand out. And the whole team of us is like either finance guys or consulting guys. And so we don't have any experience about the real estate industry. And we did a lot of interview. We travel around the US to 4 cities to do the interview and to observe their project, like how others do, and trying to bring that back to our clients. And finally, we deliver models that can help them to pitch their project. It's kind of like understand their strengths and weakness so they can stand out more in the
Yeah.
future. Although we didn't win the first prize because the first prize is a public service project because public service is always like higher ranking than if you
Mhm.
make money. But the panelists, the judges really say like they wanted to buy our product and they say our models really create value to clients and to the industry. So that makes me feel like so proud of it because at the beginning, people just think about this as a program I have to do to graduate. But after 2 quarters, 6 months, we see the results turning out is we do create value for industry that we are not familiar with.
Mhm.
That is the achievement. I feel so proud of it and I really like it. Yeah.
Good. Looks like you have been working so hard. Your day starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 1 a.m. So did you get any fun moments, any moments to enjoy yourself, enjoy company of friends?
Yeah, and I would say second year is much more happier than first year
Yeah,
because the
I get it.
pressure is a little bit better and at least you get used to it so you know how to handle it. And the fun moments that I have from this 2 years is more based on the activities I did outside of Anderson. So first of all, I took the happiness class that is to teach you like how to live happily. And I do feel that help because most of the time under pressure, I'll just see the negative side of my life. I forgot. Actually, I already have a lot of happiness thing happen in my life, but I just forgot to look at it.
True.
And that professor, she is pretty willing to encourage students to say like the life they didn't say before. So I joined her with a program called Food on Foot. It is in West Hollywood to deliver the food to homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
And within this activity, I realized and I noticed some people I thought if I didn't join, I will never have a chance to meet with them. And some of them are volunteers. They trying to use the food out, for this NGO to transfer their life, and they're trying to make friends here. And some of the homeless, I feel it's different to my past understanding. It's not like drug user or something. Everything is bad for them. Some of them are really talented and they used to have good life, but
Yeah.
you never know what happens in life, and that brings them to this current stage. But they're
True.
still trying to make the things change and see if anything good can happen. And that makes me feel like the way that I see this world is a little bit more complex. I'm not like that biased to see them before. And also I took some class outside of Anderson that makes me have more connection with this community and met some good people.
Mhm.
I took the healthcare class in med school because I do summer intern for the healthcare industry, but I don't have background, so I trying
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
improve me a little bit. And I meet some interesting MD and PhD students. They really have different mindset with me. So within the class when we're talking, I was the only one coming with business idea, and they are more like medical and maths. I don't know how to tell, but if you talk to them and you sit there, you can feel we are different.
Mhm.
I also take the psychology class because I'm really interested in psychology topics. So I took social psychology from the psychology school, and that is really interesting too. And I'm currently helping that professor to do some research, and I
Mhm.
feel like that is a thing I'm interested in and bring me a little bit more idea about the life, and I feel that is so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, you have been doing a lot of things. Attended happiness class, visited homeless centers that change your perspective about homeless people, and also attended a psychology class. Yeah, the day before when we were at Anderson, one of the professors told us about the happiness class they have at Anderson, and I was really intrigued about it.
Yeah, well, I would
So
recommend
it's a
that
good
too.
concept, yeah.
It's a
Good that you
very good student, very good class
class.
to take. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, what do you think is your most valuable contribution to Anderson?
I'll say it's networking build up and also probably be a listener always. That's as we personally talked before that for the investment banking recruiting, males always have these advantages
Yeah.
compared to females, no matter if you are local or international. And so I was the only one international female got the summer intern from investment banking in my class. And this year, the similar things happening, but this year, the female group in the investment banking recruiting team is like increase. When I was recruiting, it's probably like 95% males and 5% female. But this year, it's like probably 70 to 30. But investment banking didn't change their idea about like they still prefer males. So some
It's
of
unfortunate.
yeah,
The investment banking still prefers male candidates.
yeah. And yep, when I do coffee chat, I do have some, their whole team is male, so there's no reason for them to wanna have a female on board. But when the first year, I talked to the first year a lot that when they start to feel struggle, and I think the valuable thing is it is hard, probably it is hard for them to share the story to the friend under the same situation. But talk to me makes them feel like a little bit safer, and sometimes people just want to have people to listen to them. And another thing is I trying to share my connects, my network that I built in past year with them. And we do say it work out because after this kind of like personal connection, they get the interview and they turn over to the summer intern job offer. And I think that is a value
Yeah.
I create and I can last. And I think also this makes me feel like be more encouraged to have good network relationship with others because we never know when we will use it.
Yeah, that's a great contribution to the program as well as to the people. That's a great service to the people. Last year, only you were the only female candidate for investment
Only female
international. And this year, you have helped people. So now 4 or 5 international female candidates have gotten internship at investment banking firm.
Yeah.
This was ASCO's advisory, where ACO's advisory, sorry. So that's really great.
Yeah, that is the thing I feel like I will encourage me to keep doing.
Of course, I'm so glad. So can you share your experience at ACO's advisory? Where you interned?
Sure. I did it last summer, so from June to August. It's a 10 weeks long program. And I was focused on the healthcare industry. And so, I don't have any background in healthcare.
I know.
And that is a tough experience for me that from day one, I need to understand how is the US healthcare industry and system work and how is the drug from research phase to clinical trial until the FDA can pass. I need to understand different terminology like the oncology, something you need to know what is different, the name of different disease. And kind of like everything is new for me, start like learning from language. And the working hour is also so long that normally the best week I have is 80 hours and normally it's 100. The highest one that we pretty close to close a deal is 110. But the whole process is I feel like I always learn new things and I can feel I was like growing so fast. But the thing that I feel so pressure with is my MD always send me email like he never encouraged me. He's like, Catherine, you did this wrong. You did that wrong. Can you deliver this to me before Monday morning, 6 a.m.? I was like, what? You can tell me you don't need to go for a weekend. You just do it. Never go after work. But well, finally, if you decided to work on it, everything will pay back. So at the end of my summer intern, I got the chance to sit with my MD and talk about it. And he told me like I'm the best summer associate he has ever have, and he think I passed his test, so I probably can be survived in the investment banking industry. That he told me like he's not intend to be bad with me. He's trying to like make me to get used to this pressure environment because this is the real life that I gonna live with if I go for full time of the investment banking. So, and he also mentioned about like what we talked before, females has disadvantage in this industry. So if you really wanted to grow strongly and grow to the top level, you need to deal with all of these things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is a chance that you can consider to go other industry that probably work for you best. I think his word and the experience really gives me a lot of thoughts about it. And I feel like I like the whole experience. I learn a lot. Yeah.
And despite knowing that how challenging and
Oh,
crazy investment banking professionals' life is, you still want to
no.
get into. You still
No, not
You don't?
right now. You know,
Okay.
like when I work in PwC, the working hour is
Yeah,
crazy.
they were crazy, I know.
But PwC people still say appreciate, like thanks for working overtime or something. But in investment banking, everything is your liability. their new liability is to deliver high quality jobs. There is no excuse, no tolerance for any mistake.
And there's no appreciation also. Is that what you're saying?
That was more based on the team. Like if you have the good team, that they probably MD VP will say more appreciate and some are under toxic
Okay.
culture, but this is pretty depends. And I think that is also a part of the case. Yeah, you need to bet on it.
Okay. So before we sat down for this conversation, you told me about coffee chats that you were doing coffee chats, 20 coffee chats in a day. Can you tell me more about it?
It's not a day, it's a week. 20 coffee chats cannot be happening in a day. But coffee chats for investment banking recruiting is like necessary because the only thing you can get the interview from, the only way you can get the interview from investment banking is you pass the coffee chat. So
Right.
it's more like hits the number. For example, I'm trying to apply for Barclays, and this year they have five members on this coffee chat teams. It has two associates, two VP, and one MD. And normally we will start with associate, probably our alumni or something, but there will be just associate year one, so just graduate. And you do the coffee chat with him or her. If he or she likes you, he will pass you to
MD.
no,
No, sorry, VP.
another one on this panel. Yep, VP. And you need to get 5 out of 3 at least. So you need to have 3 coffee chats. That is for positive if all 3 of them likes you. If any one of them didn't like you and or they didn't pass you, you know, like you're recruiting for this firm, let's stop here. And it is pretty rare chance if you mess the coffee chat up, you still can get the interview. But I'm not trying to bring the nervous to the incoming candidate, but you really need to take this thing seriously. And another thing is you really need to manage your time wisely because some of the banker is in New York, some is in LA, and some is in Bay Area. And first of all, there are time difference. So you wanted to make sure you understand what is their normal hour. For example, New York is 5 p.m. It's not LA 2 p.m. You are not supposed to send them email after 2 p.m. LA time.
Got it.
And if they're in LA, they can select if you wanted to meet in person or they wanted to do Zoom. And you need to think about the travel time in between each of the coffee chats. You are not supposed to be late for like 10 seconds or any seconds for them. And you need to stop on time. Like when I do the coffee chat in person, we're not allowed to look at the phone, right? The phone is always in the pocket, but I'll have my alarm set like 30 minutes before I met with him. So probably 25 minutes one and 30 minutes one. So 25 minutes one, I'll know like, how about let's walk back to your building, let's walk, cause we walk around. So I'll say like, we start to walk back because I don't want to make you that long time. And then 29 minutes, you start to close your chat, like, thanks for the chat, it's really a nice day, and something like that. And then 30 minutes, the thing you need to do is to say bye. And that's how you cannot do overtime because any overtime or be late is to take off your credits and you need to take everything seriously. And I think that is the challenge part. The first week is so crazy and keep talking is like annoying and you feel so under pressure and you wear under the suits and the high heels for the whole day. That is so tired. But
so exhausting.
Yeah, but after a month you will get used to it. Yeah, that will be easier and easier. And this experience do bring me a lot of benefit after all. Like for the networking after IB networking, I feel it's so easy. And you can easily to get what people wanted to talk.
Right.
Yeah. And we have a lot of training skills with the IB recruiting. Like for example, if two IB candidates that will work out into other activity that we have the coffee chat with others, we will back up each other to ask questions one by one. We will not let the speaker feel like I don't know what to say, but we will also not him feel like we're trying to interrupt each other. It's just like long-term practice and can make you better.
True.
Yeah, that is the coffee chat part.
Interesting to know about it. I'll give you a minute break. You can just
Thank you. I feel
finish your
like I'm
coffee.
starting.
Yeah. So take a few seconds to relax.
I'm good.
So some fun part, other than after the pressures of investing job, the investing bank in investment bankings, uh, internships and coffee chats. Let's talk about something interesting. What were your classmates most surprised, find most surprising about you?
Okay, I'll say that is the things you already know, but they still feel surprised. First of all, is my age, because I just have 2.5 year working experience, so I'm the youngest one in my class. And the first day, I still remember when our study team is trying to ice break, and we self-introduced around, and we ask about the age, and they were like, why? Why you come to this? You should go for a master program rather than an MBA program. Yeah, and the other part that they feel so surprised about me is I'm trying to do the finance jobs. They feel like my personality is more like consulting because I can always talking. But when they notice that I'm actually past working in financial service and still wanted to work in the financial service, it's more like, you should rethink about it. And actually, I rethink about it right now. At that time, I just feel like, why I like it, but I can feel how they think about it right now. Yeah.
But at such a young age, you were younger than all of them. Still, they gained from you, and you also gained from their experience.
Yes, I would say when we're working together, we do learn from each other, and I think that is a part Anderson did pretty well. We we are divided into study group, and they're trying to balance this group's background and nationality.
Yeah.
So we have I'm from China, and we have Indian students, and also one student is from Chile and two native, and our industry covers like healthcare, financial service, consulting, and tech. So it's kind of like no matter what class we have a professional
Sure.
person in our team.
Yeah.
And so everyone can learn from each other and back up each other. That is the thing I feel so good. But the working experience and the age do bring me a little bit annoying during the internship job seeking process, because besides of the IB, I'm also trying to find the corporate finance, because I'm a little bit worried about I cannot find the IB job that is so hard. But when I do the interview with corporation, that when I'm at the same stage with another candidate, they will always prefer the one who has higher, like longer working experience, because for summer internship it's more like people coming for the same title, do the same payment, but they feel like longer working experience can contribute them more.
Right.
And especially in corporations, they don't want people working longer years to get the manager levels than financial service firm, because ours is like 2 years you promote, but corporation they have a different promotion stage, and they don't want to have an MBA manager jumps in, but younger than their original team that will make the employees relationship. So that is how I feel I have the disadvantage because of my working year experience on summer intern. But this really turned over after graduate for the full time because longer working experience people can have a higher title than me. So internship is the same. I feel struggle, but I think for full time that will be okay.
You will do well, even after graduating, you will do well.
Thank
You have come this far, so you'll be fine after graduating also. So can you share what are your plans after graduation?
Yeah, sure. It's same as what I shared you a couple days ago that I gonna join my friend's startup. That the reason I decided to work with this team is because the founder is a person I feel like I really wanted to work with. He and his original team set up China's pension system for the Chinese people because Chinese pension system is not as complete as US. They're just a country one, so elder people will not be insured after they retire. And his team built up the system in China is similar to 401k and IRA in China, IRA in the US. And the reason I feel like I really wanted to work within this team is because I feel people who care about like elder and the social, that will be the personality I wanted to join. At least I want my company be ethical. I don't wanna like do the wrong thing to the world. And also I really like their idea that they're trying to use AI to do the agent, help people not make the life easier, but save time to do more creative thing. Because we all have struggle time when we're trying to buy a laptop that I need to search Target, Amazon, Best Buy, and I need to check what is the price. I even have no idea what is the laptop I wanted to have. So I'll spend a lot of time, but I originally can use this time to do my work. And their AI is kind to help you do this kind of things to make your life easier, better, save some time, so your time can be do whatever you like. And this is the idea I really like. So I'll join there to focus on the finance part to help everyone can do their own investments rather than learn a lot of finance knowledge. We're really trying to maybe not break, but lower the barrier for the finance world a little bit to make sure it can serve for everyone.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you'll be adopting AI, you'll be using AI for your work. You know, the masterclass we attended at UCLA the day before was the highlight of the day. The professor told us how they adapted AI 6 years back and how they are making it a part of their curriculum and how it is making every activity, every project more effective. And it was an amazing class.
Amazon actually has pretty good work at accept AI that we have the special staff that they're trying to introduce AI to every students and to our daily system. And also we have an senior associate thing. His name is Sanford. I don't remember the last name because we always call his first name. And he is in charge with the AI development. So every time if you send email to him, he will reply and tell you in the last paragraph like, this is written by Copilot AI because I'm in charge with the AI development in Anderson. I'm trying to make this AI understand me more about my leadership and Anderson's leadership style. So he will use that to reply, and he use our daily life to train the AI to working better. Also, our Capstone start to use AI too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. AI is bringing a revolution in every aspect of our life. Yeah. Is there anything you would like to share with our viewers that I haven't asked you, Katherine? Come here a little bit. I think there's not enough light on your face.
Okay. I'll say, if for the incoming students or the people thinking about if MBA is a good program for them, I'll say MBA is a program under a lot of pressure, but if you're willing to pay for it and you will gain from it, absolutely, and you will make a lot of good friends here. And the thing that I'll suggest is you really need to think about what is the thing that you like to do, because that is the most passionate and the K can motivate you to overcome all of the challenge. And combined together with this is after you notice what is your favorite and the thing that you like, you need to keep focus on it. So you don't be afraid of if you mess up anything, or you miss anything. Like at the pretty early stage when I'm recruiting for investment banking, I also think, because there are a lot of activities happen on campus, I'm a little bit nervous about if I didn't find a job in IB, how about I also miss the consulting, I also miss the tech, I will be die, I have no offer. And I was trying for a period to do everything, but I realized the only outcome is I burn out. I'm not professional in anything. So compared to other professional students, be the competitor with you, there is no chance for you to stand out. So you need to make yourself be professional and be focused on the thing that you're good at, or at least you wanted to pivot to. And don't be afraid to miss the activity or parties, because the people who gonna be friends with you will be friends with you by the end of the day. And after you all get something and you have the idea, you will have more logic about what is the group you want to join, what is the activity you want to participate, and then that is the point you start to make the life networking and life friendship. So beginning part is so hard because you say like moving and a lot of things happening. But one more suggest it is read your advice before heading into the MBA. For example, you need to settle down your home before school starts. Otherwise, it will keep that until December. I took that, but a lot of my friends, their home is July is the same as December. The only thing is a bed, and they had the furniture is all of there and need to be assembled until December. So life is busy but enjoyable. But do read the advice before you come in. Yeah. So your first big advice is do not waste your energies or time in other things. Set your priorities and focus on your professional goals. Do not think that you are missing out on other activities, because your focus, your priority is to fulfill your goal for what you came. And the second piece of advice is your friends, you're not going to lose them. Yeah. Whoever is your friend will remain your friend. Yeah, and for the rest of your life, and supportive community. Yeah. And the third piece of advice you said is reach the campus a little bit early, settle yourself down before you start your MBA journey. Yeah. That's great advice. Thank you so much, Katherine, for driving all the way to see me. And it's so great to see you in person, talk to you in person, and share your perspectives. I'm sure the prospective
applicants as well as incoming Anderson students will benefit from your insights. And I wish you good luck with your
Thank you.
experience with the startup and continued success in your life. Thank you once again and stay in touch. I would like to know how you are doing, how your startup is doing.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you for having
So-
me. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
bye.